Tuesday, a great day to enter the caves of God. Let's just get right into it. Maybe this is the stream that Pebble finally dies. Maybe it's not. I'm sure we're gonna die at least one time. Hey, who's that? It's Nacham. Supported by a quartet of lumpy, asymmetrical legs. 3 thick bands of shining carapace undulate independently in the space above, protruding prehensile braids of cordage and in electric eyes that twist in manic, desperate paroxysm. Quite a mouthful. The air hums with scores of murmuring voices, ancient and directionless wisdom slurry made useless by volume. Covered in writhing cables. 40 rounds for the recall thingy. Change that to 20 rounds. We could keep exploring this bottom floor here, but all the good stuff is a bit higher up. Let's just take a step in the fantastic stairwell teleporter and go up. Examine is our contraption. It's an industrial fan. Okay. Now we've got strip flies. Wispy filament wings painted red by oxygen beat the stale air 300 times per second. Specific. Oh, hey there, Billy. Hope you're doing good today. Okay, where were we? Right. They left the thorax bundled out of metallurgic sinew and narrowing to a segmented abdomen capped by a fine motion pincer claw. Got physical features, wings, and mechanical pincers. It does say these guys are flying, so I cannot hit them. Clone, go at it. You're doing good? Well, that means I'm doing good. Alright, these guys seem to be perfectly fine with just standing around and using their holograms. I'm just gonna swoosh out of here. Oh. A bunch of grave moss all over the place. Machine seems to be falling apart. Bunch of wine in there, let's collect that. Cannot, because we're out of containers. What does our inventory look like? Resonance grenades. A whole lot of food. Let's collapse that menu. Bunch of grenades that we eventually have to sort through. Could probably get rid of that tattoo gun, but hold on to it for now. Doesn't weigh very much anyways. Right. So we had forgotten to go and sell all that cider and other stuff that I had collected in the Rainbow Wood. That's why we don't have anywhere to store this wine, but that's fine, the cider's worth more anyways. Liquid-cooled unicomputer. Now, those sparks over there are probably gonna start spreading up this way, anywhere they can cause damage. Now, we are also on a timer in this part of the level. See if can make a hole in the wall. Okay, so we have made a hole in the wall, but I know for a fact these machine walls have lava inside of them when you break them. Let's break it anyways. 15 drams of lava. And I'm guessing we cannot make another thermodynamic cell. Let's just go around. We need to reset the timer anyway. Cannot figure out why these guys just aren't doing anything at all. It says they're overburdened, is that the reason? Why are they overburdened? Got more than enough air capacity for all my stuff. Why don't they? Don't know if these strip flies have a gimmick I should be aware of. It snags my hover sled. There's our gimmick. Don't kill him, I don't get my stuff back. I should probably pick up the stuff when it falls on the ground. Didn't equip anything from me, it just kind of took stuff that I had sitting in my inventory. I also have a clump of grave moss. Received a couple of these before. The Conservator. These guys are neutral specifically because I have the Mark of Death. If I did not have it, they'd want to kill me. Which, on one hand, makes this place easier because you don't have to worry about the Bell of Rest teleporting you back to the entrance every 300 rounds. But then you also have to fight every single one of these because they'll want you out of the tomb. Which is coincidentally one of the very good reasons to be friends with robots before you start entering the endgame, because you start running into guys like this a lot more. Anyways, retaining machine arm. I think I don't need to explain to you what that is. Weird artifact. Point defense drone. That is made out of some pretty good bits. Weighs 5 pounds. I'm gonna keep it. Okay, did not get hit by strip fly, so let's just keep moving. And we can also just casually shrug off all of this heat because we've got like 91% heat resistance. And I just noticed we have a mutation point to spend. And advance that yet, but once we do, we're gonna get even more armor value. We have 200 points to spend here. Could get Scavenger, and not sure what I'd spend the other 100 points on. Maybe Shields? Finally get around to getting Shield Slam. Also thinking we could get Calloused. Increase her armor value by 1, which isn't terribly much, but it does count. Weathered wouldn't really be worth it since I already have very good resistance to both heat and cold. But it also affects stuff that changes our temperature, which we do still have to worry about that part. Could finally get the first level in bow and rifle. Actually, that's probably the way to go. Been missing a lot of those shots, and it's only gonna get harder from here. Alright, onwards. Displacer bracelet. A Rhinox. It says there, he stomps with bestial fury. Hey, only I am allowed to smack people into walls. I've been keeping track of, but how long do I have before I get teleported again? Machine press. Just kind of looks like a big 0. Stripfly stole my vine wafer. It's fine, he can have it. Stole my compass bracelet. Completely unacceptable. I have 80 rounds before we get teleported again. Laser rifle, hold on to that. Let's try using slam on one of these machine presses. Cannot slam it. Beep boop robot. Good, if I can still get teleported when I'm back here. Pretty sure I can, but the way to get back here should be cleared. Anyway, We just ran through the giant corpse incinerator. Now we're seeing where to keep the urns. And also these little sweeping robots. Giamio. I think I've talked to that guy before. See what he has to say. And probably get teleported back for our trouble. Climber, welcome. Thou hast done well to survive so long in this peculiar place. And Pebble, who are you? My name is Giamio. I am pleased to meet thee. Pebble... Or, no wait, read that wrong. I am pleased to meet thee, Pebble. Hast thou spoken to the other watchers? How fare they? Well, I hope. Why are you here? I have volunteered to monitor an ancient machine called Ka. Perhaps thou hast seen it, skipping hither and yon on strange limbs. Often I wonder if Ka knoweth aught else but fear. Okay, I think I remember what the point of those guys is, along with that weird purple thing with the cables from earlier. Oh, also, this counts as a resting place, so we did not get teleported. But yeah, like I was saying, with those weird creatures, there's like one on each floor. And you get the choice of, I think, deactivating one of them, and you get a specific reward based on which one of them. All I remember is I looked it up on the wiki, and then went and beeline straight for the one that gives you a shield. Don't know what the other ones give you. Oh hey, there's Ka. Born on a half-dozen delicate, writhing tendrils, it runs. The sleek suggestions of an indeterminate terrestrial creature flows with shocking agility through the intervening space, its features glistening in the light like erosion-sculpted glass. It knows not what it runs from or to, it is unable to ask where or why it runs, and yet it still runs. Or it runs still. It's got a bunch of writhing spikes. Live and do as you please, odd machine. Even if you aren't a machine. Dream in peace, Imasp. To the coven hailed from a faraway and darkling star. Not gonna read all of those, obviously. Alright, moving swiftly on to the next floor. But this is the one, if I remember right, you can get very rich here. There's also a lot of annoying things here, like these crypt ferrets. If I had the bioscanning bracelet still, which I think I disassembled, it would show that these guys have a very high dodge value. So they're not dangerous so much because they'll necessarily beat you to death, it's that they'll swarm you and beat you to death while you're completely incapable of hitting them back. Panhumor and Death Pilgrim of the Imrilil Scourge Cult. Pamgo Pilgrim and Death Pilgrim, the Scourge Cult, and a Gyre White. There's also that guy there, Grave Robber. Okay, well, the big, strong enemy is down. And we're not covered in acid. Go talk to this guy. I want to know what that is, but not that bad. disc. Mostly these guys just have bullets. Mechanical Quickened Swine Cherub and Deaf Pilgrim of the Emerald Scourge Cult. Creature belongs to the cast of Quickened Cherubim, plus 5 quickness, teleportation 10. Reflectively shielded. Don't think I've seen one of those before. Excuse me. Grave goods in here. Oop. And despite there being nothing in there because probably someone already robbed it, we've activated the Crypt Sitter. A monstrous unlidded eye is perched on 3 spider fin legs. Its lens is a loon of hot tetraxenonoglass. Tetraxenonoglass. Its iris is supernova of gallium circuitry. All the honey-thick lights that pours through the void of its pupils is pumped up the arterial turnspike, drank by an optic nerve, and dripped like dye into the grayscale field of its dreaming brain. Clearly I'm not up to the task of reading these descriptions. I might need to hook up a text-to-speech of some kind. Didn't pick up whatever the weird artifact it had was, I don't think. Oh well, moving swiftly on. Gemstone. I just realized there's a Carthagus right here that's doesn't seem to have anything in it because it wouldn't give us the enter prompt if it was that simple, right? Let's try it. Well, turns out there was a way to open that. Don't think that gave us anything other than that we desecrated a corpse. Anyway, there's 20 rounds for the Bell of Rest. Just wait here. Okay. Information about Reshef. Maybe one of these tomb ferrets stole it. And by it, I mean the stuff in the tombs. Okay, so what's causing those guys to be totally overburdened? multiply, in sprinting, blah blah blah. It doesn't tell us. Also, we never deactivated the hologram bracelet, I just realized. And also that one of the, well, two of the things we had equipped are no longer equipped. Wristband is empty. Hologram bracelet has a nuclear cell, hence why it stayed on for so long. Sync navigator is working fine. Wait. Okay, no, that was just steel mace we had equipped here. Not doing great. Jeez. Is it all from that thing? It's for 13 damage with his mechanical cherubic bite. Okay, well, we managed to kill it. Wasn't that hard? This guy had a pile of stuff. Cluster stickers. Thermoelectric cell. Semi-auto pistol. Don't know why I listed that off like it was anything of value. Those have been outdated since, like, I don't know, by the time we got the grid gate. Probably don't need the compass bracelet right now, so we're not going to be traveling on the map for a bit. But we're going to keep that equipped anyway. I think it's about time we cook up a meal. Starch, lignin. Then what do we want to complete this? But something strong. Some soul curd. We've created a recipe for Pebbles Life Brisket Lignin Brisket. We get a plus 90% to natural healing rate and also a plus 100%, hopefully those stack, and 27 quickness. Ah, he did take it right off me. Okay, I think we've more or less explored this part of the floor. Let's go up here. And we could go immediately to the next floor if we wanted to, but don't. Keep exploring. Giant honeyweep. Sticky, bloody, diluted, homogenized, honeyed, tarry pentasludge. Sam to mark target. Oh hey, finally got that achievement for killing a pentasludge. Yeah, we're never gonna hit the ferret with the gun. Psionic Flawless Crystal Mace. Psionic. This weapon uses the wielder's ego modifier for penetration bonus instead of strength mod and attacks MA instead of armor value. So mental armor instead of armor value. It will dissipate from the corporeal realm after some use. So sell it before then. Well, we've been stopped by a force field. We are not strong enough to slam the force field. Unfortunate. I've broken free. Holograms of the eaters. Nothing but grave goods. Now there's another force field, except this time it's around this guy, I think. Anyways, what do you have to say? I'm Pebble, who are you? I am Datogom. Why are you here? Watched over Vam. It watcheth over me, together we watch. Thou shouldst as well, climber. Sit, watch, consider how thou wouldst fare under a dome of adamant carapace. Safe, undying, alone. Okay, I'm pretty sure that would describe the dude I got the shield from. We're now level 30. Receive 1 to every attribute point, so we now have 39 strength. Can increase carapace? We can. Not gonna bother putting any more points in the bow and rifle, don't think that's gonna come in handy. Got 330 points to work with. We could grab the first level of Persuasion, followed by Snake Oiler, although we don't really need to do that much trading anymore anyways. Most of our good stuff is going to be found on the ground, or used by someone trying to kill us. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, who knows? Go for Callus. And start working our way into shields. Find whoever the hell is putting these damn... It wouldn't be the friggin' honey we put it that's putting the force field on me. Also, that has information about Orlamasp. At midnight under a marvelous and magenta sky, the people of Shukashan saw an image on the horizon that looked like a moment in time chosen arbitrarily bathed in magenta. So, and never mind, joke's not that funny anyway. It was Oralmas, and after she came and left Shukashan, the people built a monument to her and thenceforward called her Chosen in Magenta. Let's just chill in the tomb. Another gem. Hey, and then there's this guy. Cannabis Paladin, Death Pilgrim of the Imbralil Scourge Cult. He's got a carbide hammer. Wow. Don't really need any of that guy's stuff. You must be the one using the damn force field. As soon as I get out of this damn force field, you are so dead. I think he's just recasting it. Also, it wasn't that guy because he's dead and the force field is still there. Is it you? Warden of the Sanctum. A lot of ferrets in this part. Okay, did the bell call? Nope, not yet. Another 20 something rounds. There we go. Oh, hey, there's a bomb. Been finding no treasure at all in these tombs lately. Maybe it's because it's the next floor. Maybe I've just been getting unlucky. Okay, well, let's just make sure we didn't pick up anything just wandering around. We did. Some kind of pistol. Overloaded laser pistol. Not gonna use that, but I know those are expensive. Okay, on to the next part. Oop. Lost track of the bill. We are now in a graffitied sarcophagus. There was already a corpse in there. Oh, whatever. Is there anything in here? You make some progress understanding the cannon. You think it's probably a variety of phase cannon, and you believe you would be able to recognize an ordinary one of those by now. You're puzzled by the cannon. Okay, we're just gonna grab that and figure it out later. Health has dropped by a lot. How very rude. Anyways, let's keep looking at that cannon. You identify your cannon as a masterwork phase cannon. Neat. Heavy weapon, accuracy very high, lowers move speed, which we would not have if we bothered to invest into heavy weapons, which we didn't, for unknown reasons. Weapon scores critical hits 10% of the time instead of 5%. It probably also shoots like an entire energy cell worth of energy in like one go. Anyways, how long do we have for the bell? Let's just wait a few turns. 280 rounds. Slimy ick slugs. let's figure out why these guys are overburdened. Let's start by looking at what I have that they do not have. Got the nylon body pack on. Have the same weapons. Nah, I cannot figure out why as soon as I pop those guys out, they instantly become over-encumbered. Engraved strange piece of meat. Engraved on this item is a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Ixermerd I. Sometime in 5003 before Reshef, after several tumultuous years, the Sultan of Qud abdicated the throne because Ixermerd demanded it. She was chosen as the successor. Or no, wait, because she demanded it, she was chosen as the successor. It's not because she demanded that it was abdicated. Anyways, what even is this written on? Engraved cycle flesh gun. Counts as a pistol. Raw flesh is drenched on a lump that approximates the shape of a handgun. Pressure smushes a throbbing vein against the underskin and blood pulp is coughed out of two ribbed metal tubes on a metronome tick. At moments out of sequence, an unseen energy is piped along the psychic lays and into the organ mess, producing a runny bother. Ornate chair. Got 60 rounds. See those ferrets teleporting all over the place. Probably why all these chests are empty. They teleport in, grab the stuff, and leave. Eventually we'll have all of the grenades cataloged. Probably not today. At least we seem to be able to handle the crypt ferrets very easily, because as soon as we stun them, we can take them down pretty quick. It's a gorged grove. It's not hostile to us. That's nice. Guess they're counted as a member of the Vines? Let me look at my reputation, try to figure this out. Okay, and Control, Tab, twice. Or no, wait, just the once. Scroll all the way down. And we looped around. Okay. Most liked. Heraphramites, Tortoises, Fellowship of Wardens, the Mopango, Villagers of Olep, Villagers of Ezra, Pariahs, Dogs, Grazing Hedonist, Villagers of Shusher, and that's about it. That's weird. Don't think the Grave Moss, Growths, or whatever are part of any of those factions, but that guy is not hostile to me. Anyways, let's look towards getting to the next floor. I think we've spent enough time pilfering the graves and have found basically nothing for it. Ooh, a triangle. It's a monad. Turnian of transformations are given sharp shape against the fuzzy physics of Earth time. The triangle is inert and of an algebraic substance, but stillness slides off its colorless arms. Objects around it are forced into sets unfamiliar. Inscrutably being. Those guys don't have anything to trade. Oh hey. A Voider. Forgot that I had turned off butcher corpses. Probably a whole lot of corpses we missed. Think of all the free meat. Also, we just fell right the hell back down here. Surely we can get back there in 120 rounds. And let her strip fly. Spill my Hulk honey. All 9 servings of it. Got 20 rounds. don't think we're making it. Plenty of time. Keep seeing these popping up. Are they all just falling through the higher up floors? Or do they spawn? Three rounds until the bell. Just wait. Alright, last time we went up, let's try down. Also, we're hungry again, but we're not going to eat just yet. I only have one serving of starch and lignin, and I don't want to make the trip all the way back up. Weird artifact. Seems to be some kind of rifle. And a painted longsword. We do not know the lore on this one. In 1412, before Reshef, Nixomer, the third husband of Shobus Ulf, the Pest of Suva, the Marigold Mace, the Marigold Wraith, died of natural causes. He was 107 years old. It's a lot of titles. Ooh, more gems. Also, we somehow shoved the entire reliquary all the way over there. Ooh, rain brine. Now, maybe it'd be a better idea to wait until we had that, owning liquid or whatever and maybe make some extra brain brine, but I'm not sure it works that way, and even if it does work that way, I'm kind of too impatient to do that. So we're just gonna use it right away. Shake the water from your addled brain, but someone else's thoughts have already taken root. You gain the mutation Sense Psychic. Ego is decreased by 1. And sense other mental mutants through the psychic aether. You detect the presence of psychic enemies within a radius of 9. There's a chance you identify detected enemies. Okay, not gonna complain about that one. Actually, probably gonna come in handy. And we fell to the floor below again. Should we help him? Technically, that did not save on space at all. Engraved funerary urn. Dream in peace. Barfo Kuna Kalamuf. Stylized. The story, and I could move nations. Engraved, this item is engraved with a scene from the life of the ancient Sultan Dariksaram, or Dariksaram. Don't think we've heard of that one before, or did we? Anyways, 2454 before Reshef, Dariksaram, the pest of Shalish, the Imralil scourge, died of natural causes. She was 76 years old. We ran into cultists just earlier. That one is from Reshef. I think this is the south entrance to or just one of the other ways to get back up here where the stairs are. No, do not go in the acid. 60 rounds. Yeah, we just wait. I really do wonder if there's not a way that we can get some light that doesn't involve having the glow sphere in our hand. We can get a lanterned exoskeleton or something, which we very nearly did last episode, I think. There was that slender, gigantic exoskeleton that also had lantern on it, so it was nearly perfect, but we're not gigantic, so I don't think we can equip that. I really should have tried, but I didn't. Alright, did we pick up anything fun? Also, we should turn on autocollect for this. Still had that rifle we didn't identify, and a weird artifact. Flashbang grenade Mark III. A jacked light rail. So we unfortunately can't make use of the jacked mod on this, but if we were a Truekin, we'd need the biodynamic core, or whatever it's actually called, which gives us access to internal power, which makes jack stuff useful, and for a mutant, that's electro generation, which we also don't have. So the mod is kind of pointless, but a light rail is pretty strong. Is it better than the Eigen rifle, though? This one does 11 pierce and 1d12 damage. Rifle had definitely more pierce than that, or the light rail had more pierce. Base cannon has even more. Might as well. Get that. And at some point we picked up another overloaded laser pistol. And a vibroblade. Got all kinds of Crysteel equipment. And I didn't even notice we're nearly at capacity for carrying. Maybe we just go back and sell stuff now, because I'm definitely going to find more equipment on the ground. Gyro Humor having a regular old time of things, covering everything in acid. Here's our big pile of stuff. Do we want to store anything? Quantum motes. Maybe we hold on to the Masterwork phase cannons. That is a pretty good gun. But then on the other hand, I could get an 8-bit, which those ones are, pretty sure those are the rarest ones that you use for all the very fun and fancy stuff. Maybe we just disassemble it at some point. Let's put away our hover sled since we haven't been using it. It's just kind of a bunch of dead weight. We don't need to keep any of the liquids. What do you have? Random point recoiler, maybe? Yeah, sure, let's get it. For that, trade away all of our cider. Well, we'll keep the one water skin of cider. If I now wanted to disassemble, other than this half-empty chem cell. And let's not forget this thing. Anti-gravity boots. Actually, yeah, I do want a pair of those. A voltage arc winders and an arc cannon. Good stuff, but we're not really optimized to use it. Okay, you sell them 2,000's worth of stuff. I think we have better stuff than the crystal gauntlets. No reason to hold on to them then. Need about another 1,000. I'm thinking I'm just gonna disassemble the phase cannon and the Eigen rifle. The laser pistols we can hold on to since they're relatively light. And then just sell the whatever's heavier here. Yeah, that's a bit too much. Still kind of a lot. Is there anything we can buy from him? Already have something better than the maintenance security card, I think. Yeah, the emergency services card is right there. Now let's buy a bunch of berries. Only got like 21 of them. Buy a bunch? Well, actually, no. Sell the stuff. Maybe it's finally time that we treat our chem cells as scrap. Taking up a lot of inventory room relative to the usefulness. Still have a small pile of gemstones. Maybe we run to the stilt after going to Ezra again. I'm gonna have to replace the battery on the Ezra Recoiler. I can just do that from this menu, right? Yes. Space inverter. I remember right, the way this works is you shoot someone with it and then you teleport to where he was and he teleports to where you were. Wonder if that works on objects. Airfoil gravity grenade Mark III. Gives us a 5 and a 6 bit, so actually yeah, I'll buy that to disassemble it. So I definitely thought that treating batteries as scrap would make my character disassemble all of them. It looks like I'll have to do that manually. Mecha Power Core. I don't think I've seen this one before. Hot cage of thermonuclear torrent is trussed with semiconductors. There are indentations in the casing for assisted transport. Now, I know that, well, as of last time I played the game, the last quest in the game for the main storyline was, to build yourself a golem, and one of the things you needed to build it was a power source. And I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that's what this is for. So it'll only be useful much later, but this is the first time I've seen it. Let's just buy it. And you know what, we're rich as hell, let's try buying the powered exoskeleton. Don't think we need the chrome key anymore. On the off chance we do, I'll hold on to it. Anything else I'm certain I'm not gonna need. Sell all these arrows. Which gave us pretty much nothing in terms of bartering. But I don't think we're ever going to use the worm jerky. Let's just sell all of it. We need 2 free slots to equip it. How unfortunate. The question is, do I sell it again, or do I disassemble it? 6 bits aren't that expensive. I sold it to you straight again. How much do I lose in value? A lot. But that's still 520 roughly. Alright, now off to the stilt. Forgetting there's a menu right there. It's also time to try out our new boots. Where is Fly? Oh, right there. Go to some ruins. Sure, let's check it out. Let's share some secrets with this guy. Nearly enough for another level. Alright, level 31. Not much of a point to get this to 10. I think we're gonna need to get all the way to level 10 with photosynthetic skin for it to last 3 days. Need more arms? Yeah, we do. Not quite sure how to achieve that, though. Maybe I start putting points into Two-Hearted? Nah, let's get this to 10. Nearly there. 100 points. Let's save it up so we can get some shield skills. Probably not going to find anything at the schematics drafters around here anymore, but let's look. Huh. Blueprints for a light rail. Spiral borer. It's a level 2 one though. But we do want it. I think we'll just talk to the Ichor merchant. Doesn't seem to have anything. Nothing fun. And then the next most likely to have something very exciting would be the Kippers and the Chefs, I think. Cycle gland paste. Don't mind if I do. Just gonna make our way to the bookbinder that's at the north cell, I think. And this guy's got nothing. And nothing I don't already have. Alright, bookbinder, please have another page so I can fuck up my reputation yet again. He does not. Unfortunate. Anyway, let's, I guess we don't even need to use our anti-gravity boots. Put our regular boots back on. Put our regular face back on. And let's teleport right back to where we were. Back into the tomb. I do not remember where the stairway up was. Do remember that way we got there last time was this teleporter right over here. So let's just do that again. I think we shouldn't have bothered tiring ourselves out because we're just gonna get teleported again. Yeah, there it is. Darn. I've never tested it, but I wondered if these machine presses just instantly kill whatever's in the middle, or if it's like an actual damage calculation that you have to pass, otherwise you die. Again, not willing to test it. There's Cop. And I accidentally stepped in the acid again. So let's just make sure our boots aren't melting. Boots are thoroughly unmelted. Teleported to somewhere we have explored. You little bastards to jump around me. Let's see if my temporal fugue clones are finally fixed. They are, mostly. You're not attacking the enemy that's literally right there, but don't count as overburdened anymore. Anyway, let's go this way. Ooh, something spicy. What implanted Hulbafrey, Emnarian, and Death Pilgrim of the Imralil Scourge Cult, Knight Commander of the Holy Temple. Hostile, very tough. Loved by the cult, disliked by Svardems, disliked by succulents. Let him turn the corner. What is this anyway? Glitter dust. I think that just reflects lasers and shit. Let's charge right in after him. Spardem are now indifferent to us. That'll come in handy. Steal his shoes, steal his wallet. I do have shield skills now, so I could make use of a shield, but I don't think it's going to be better than just wielding 2 maces and an axe that turns people into gems. A pistol. Let's inspect that pistol a bit better. Right there. Scoped diaphragmo beam. It's probably worth a lot of money. Explosive missiles. Better ammunition. And a sniper rifle. Volkreet Catapult and Death Pilgrim of the Imralil Scourge Cult. Well, I guess that's why I'm standing in some red. No longer standing in the red. Should have known that was going to happen. But I know exactly how to get back up there. Or no, wait, I don't, but this was the square we were in. Oh well, keep exploring. That one is hostile to me. So it's part of the... Or no, wait, it's a Dove Pilgrim of the Cult of Ixermer the Fur. It's a different cult than the other guys we've been beating up. How was that? Can't really tell. Something about pressurized energy. Why are you shooting at me? What the fuck is going on? Ah, it's that thing. Blast cannon turret. There are multiple of them. This must be your doing. Temporal Fugue, go. And let's also use the hologram bracelet. Right there. Okay, we got rid of the Tinker at least. Something is shooting fat photons at us. Ooh, more brain brine. Let's just drink it right away. Hey, salty. Your mind starts to swim. Shake the water from your addled brain, but someone else's thoughts have already taken root. You gain the active ability Dominate Creature. Oh, that's neat. Although our ego has gone down by 2 points now, so it's not super great. And And this relies on our mutation rank or ego modifier, whichever is higher. Plus character level, plus 1d8 versus defender MA, plus character level. Okay, so it's not useless. It just could be more useful. Never really done very much with the dominating skill, so we'll see if we use it or not. Deactivate the hologram bracelet. Move dominate creature down on the bar. Also, where are they blasting us from? Blast it again. Smacking into that wall there, so it's somewhere over here. Just hide behind here. There it is. Okay, that's where I am. I'm a blurry. And I'm getting chain stunned. An antimatter cell. Nice. Hyperelastic ankle tendons. It's broken. Alright, now how many rounds did it say? Oh, 20 rounds. So we better find somewhere to hide very quickly, and I don't think we can. Just try to pick up this thing over to here. Hulk honey injector. And some sneakers. And there we get teleported again. We're brain brined. Don't mind if I do. Willpower is increased by 2. Our ego is decreased by 1. At least there hasn't been too many strip flies here. Eat those things. Anyways, where the heck are we? I think we're in the northmost cell of Parasang, if I had to guess. Oh hey, here's where we beat the crap out of that one guy. And we've been teleported. Thought I had more rounds than that. Okay, now I think we're in the southwest corner of the Parasang. Teleported again. That doesn't seem right at all. You have a bunch of weird artifacts though. Scope semi-auto pistol. Icon pistol. EMP grenade. Sleep gas grenade. And a handy nuke. Okay, so I know these things are probably a great way to get myself killed. Because if for some reason, like say I use Temporal Fugue and one of the clones was like, hey, this seems like a really good opportunity to use my most powerful weapon, which is basically the only thing they're trying to do at any time, which means they will chuck the football nuke within way too short of a distance. So we just disassemble this right now. I know, it sounds like no fun allowed, but not into that kind of fun. Okay, I think I figured out what's happening with the teleporting. Notice how there's that first message that says 240 rounds and there's a second one that says 120 rounds. I think we somehow made it so that the timer shows up twice. Or technically, it's not showing up twice, it's there twice. So let's just leave to the next round, or floor. Do we still have 2 timers going? I think there's only the one timer. We would have been teleported out by now if there wasn't. Or if there was. Trantix, the third husband of Shobuzo. Cathedral ornamented with axes, Ixamrid III cemented his friendship with arachnids by marrying Shubas. In celebration of the affair, the arachnids bestowed upon Ixamrid III a wedding gift they called Marriage's Promise, Arachnid's Grant. Lacquered, painted, spiked ogre fur gloves. And heat resistance, 10 cold resistance, +1 toughness, spiked. A nice 100 reputation with apes, +40 reputations with the cult of the coiled lamb. Painted with a scene from the life of ancient Sultan Reshev. It's also lacquered. Holographic visage. Or visage. Before fighting that guy, let's have a look at that thing again. The painted ogre gloves. So that's 3 and 3. Let's compare it to the quartz fur gloves. It says 2 and 1. So it's got 6 to everything resistance, which is probably more helpful than just heat and cold. And this also has the damage reflection. Also, I just noticed these are lightly damaged, so let me just check my gear to make sure nothing else is busted. Yeah, everything else seems fine, just the gloves got damaged for some reason. Let's fix that. That's, I think the 4th of those weird creatures or whatever. Dakashaw. It has no mouth, and yet it screams. I think we can just leave it at that. This must be the guy who's in charge of looking after him. Gloves are worth 420. Nice. Nowhere else to explore, so we'll wait here for a little bit. Make camp. Now we have a nice little pile of salve injectors. Let's turn 3 of these into ingredients. Got 15 servings of congealed salve. Also have lag root tubers. Now I have 16 servings of mashed lag. Starch, lignin, and let's do congealed salve. It's tastier than usual, plus 6 move speed for the rest of the day. So it gives us a little bit of a boost to our natural healing rate. That's nothing compared to the soul curd we put in the other time. So pebbles tossed salve with starch stuffed hummus and lignin. Wait a few turns. And now we go. Could skip right to the end since the teleporter was right up there. I feel like robbing tombs. Fullerite hand bones. Not even the good stuff. Engraved point defense drone. Seen from the life of ancient Sultan Rashev. The bionic heart. Temporal View, go. Oh, I'm back down to just one clone now because my ego took it to complete shit. It's 60 rounds for teleportation. Thankfully, when the ferrets decide that they want to latch onto my whatever it is they're latching onto, they stop being able to dodge so well. Some guy here dropped a whole pile of stuff. An overloaded laser pistol with a thermoelectric cell. I think we've got this floor mostly explored. Just a few ferrets left to smush. Here are Crocs in that pile of trash. I don't understand what the distinction is. Nothing in here. Well, 32. I feel like I haven't gotten an attribute point other than one level ago where she gave us 1 point in everything. Haven't gotten one since a while. But I'm just rambling. What do we want to upgrade? Could upgrade Carapace again. Might as well. All in. Next. Staggering block could be useful. We do have a lot of strength. Yeah, we'll take that one, and then get the other ones. Now we just have to find a shield. There's one out there somewhere. Equipment rack. Masterwork light rail. Pet defoliant. How does he know my weakness? Sturdy rainbow weave cloak. 50% chance to refract light-based attacks, sending them back the way they came, plus or minus up to 120 degrees. As for the item itself, points of discontiguous matter flock in a crescent to a mock wind. Together they bend light across its full spectrum and blur the wearer's torso to a polychrome mess. We just have a sip of coffee. Probably not going to use it, but we're going to sell it. Engraved ninefold boots. Engraved scene from the life of Ixamerd II. At a remote gambling den in the snowflake-worshipping district of Ikamish, Ixamerd II met with a group of gamblers and commissioned a three-sided die that evoked the presence of a briny spice root. He named it Promise of Root. Intriguing. Onboard recoiler implant. Apparently the crypt ferrets now count as not being significant enough for it to stop our auto explorer, so this should speed things way up. Rounds. Let's immediately make a hole into this wall. And wait. Rocket turret that is not hostile to us. This is from the Cult of the Coiled Lamb. I guess we were on good terms with those guys. That's nice. There's a stairway up. If you want to end the madness right now. But you know what? Yeah. I think I'm tired of this place. Feel some ambient astral friction here. Time Hermit Cherub, or Cherub. This creature belongs to the caste of the Time Cherubim, Temporal Fugue 10. Salt Flower Cherub. Creature belongs to the caste of Salt Cherubim, plus 10 willpower, plus 100% HP. Yeah, those Temporal Fugue guys could be a massive problem because at level 10, that's what? I wouldn't even know where to start assuming for how many clones that would be, how long it would last, and the fact that they'd probably be able to use it again as soon as it's off cooldown. Well, of course they'd be able to use it off cooldown, but I mean, like, by the time the first cast wears off, they could probably use it again. Anyway, there's the sarcophagus of Ixamerd I. See if we can learn anything about him. World of Ixamerd I, Glacier and Cerulean. Tomb World depicts a significant event from the life of ancient Sultan. Dawn under a weird and cerulean sky, the people of Thalil Tangled saw an image on the horizon that looked like a miniature glacier bathed in cerulean. It was Ixamerd, and after she came and left Thalil Tangled, the people built a monument to her, and thenceforth called her Glacier and Cerulean. This one is no longer legible. Let us remember the year of the random city-state, when, deep in the wilds of the circuit board worshipping district of Vitum, Ixermerd annexed Durana and pacified the barbaric hermits who lived there. To evince her knowledge to them, she dug into the earth strata. Years of dominant workshop, Ixermerd, Glacier, and Cerulean later bodied to rest and crossed into Brightshul. She was 63 years old. Recall when deep in the wilds of the circuit board worshipping district of Vitum, Ixermerd taught a clan of insects the ritual of the cosmic rhomboid, which can only be performed by one with her wintry eyes. The insects were grateful, and in return they accepted her into their fold and taught her their secrets. I'm probably not going to read all of them, but I am going to read this one. And by that I mean like this floor. One auspicious day, Ixermerd trekked through a lifeless salt pan and stumbled on a mysterious monolith. For the rest of Ixermerd's life, she always kept some salt hidden on her person. I think we already... No, we did not already know that one. Recall the year of the lenient kinsfolk, when the moral decay of Harthagon worship was reigning in Awan. Recall that Ixermerd, to rescue the moral code, appointed a minister who mandated the practice of seasoning food. This one is no longer legible. Browsed in a prized block of ice found inside a high prism, Ixermerd visited her dig site and dug up an artifact. She named it Isis Triumph. And then there's just this wall left. This one is no longer legible. Inspired by a treasured block of ice retrieved from the Crysteel blast furnace, Ixermerd visited her dig site and dug up an artifact. She named it Lochicus. Intriguing. Now, I don't think in examining these is gonna piss everyone off. Let's just have a look at the Kessel face. Shining jewels are scattered across the contours of a galactic visage, and edges drawn between them sketch the outline of a sashed fool. Far away at the chrome crest, beads of bright and searing light suggest the shape of a medial weaver, and beyond its spout, a vast and timeful structure. The inside of the mask is ribboned with burnt tracery from where it was molded on a gallium lathe, dyed with the milk irises of Shadim and set to dry in a pool of warm static. This one's got a lot of stats on it. +1 to all attributes, +10 to all resistances. Gets an extra bonus to willpower. 10 quickness, +1 to all mutation levels, +6 to cybernetic license tier, grants you telepathy, +200 reputation with insects, hermits, and flowers. Seems to be a tool. You're puzzled by the tool. It's Merem's Gaw. Fabricates one mirror bug cognitively altered to like you. And we've identified the other one somehow. Gaw of the Wintry Explorer. Fabricates one Unimax cognitively altered to like you. Okay. Now if I remember right, you can take the stuff out of one of these reliquaries, but only from one floor. These guys seem pretty darn tough. And I think the Kessel face is like the best default item you can get, but it doesn't matter how good the item is if I can't hope to kill these guys. Because, one thing I've noticed is we are astrally burdened. It's trouble distorting space-time in the local region. I think I know it disables the mental mutations, but I'm not sure if it also disables our physical mutations. Or negates them, not necessarily disable. We still have our resistance to all this stuff. We still have a bunch of quickness. Well, I don't know. Right away, let's go explore the other floors before we make a decision. I'm not gonna read all of these ones. If you really care, you can look at the VOD after the fact and just pause it to read it, each one of them. This one mentions the promise of root. The Shamesh face. Let's have a look at that. Burning rubies, carnelians, and garnets are arranged as a warm and giving sun. Diminutive rocky orbs pass by in the near space of the visage, and in the far space a prism of freight lengthens into a wider void. The inside of the mask is ribboned with burnt tracery from where it was molded on a gallium lathe, then dyed with the milk irises of Shiddim, and set to dry in a pool of warm static. This one actually has a higher willpower bonus than the other one, and it also grants telepathy. I guess the big difference is the pistol phase also provided +1 to all mutations and also those cybernetic points. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't apply to a mutant anyway, so we're just missing out on the increased mutations if we take this one instead. It also has different reputation bonuses. This one is with urchins, insects, and arachnids. Okay, so that's a second one for Ixamer the Second. Alright, now we've got the Earth Face. This one has a particular bonus to ego. Grants telepathy, reputation with the villagers of Ezra, reputation with succulents, and reputation with snapjaws. On the countenance, ribbons of alabaster cloud circumscribe a lapis sea and forest of jade. At the medium of it all, a spindle pierces the outer round door and disappears beyond the composition. The inside of the mask is ribboned with burnt tracery from where it was molded on a gallium lathe and dyed with the milk irises of Shiddim and set to dry in a pool of warm static. Also got a bunch of other stuff. Virtuous Tract. Increase the strength of anyone who reads it. It's pretty neat, although it's only a bonus of 1, I'm sure. And we've got Sigabus Glaive. Razor edge of matte and starless alloy lengthens from point to welded shaft of steel. There's an engraving of the villagers of Ezra being venerated as idols. 10 penetration, 1d14 damage counts as a long blade. I think our crystal maces are actually better than this, other than the damage. But we don't have any points into long blades, so kind of useless to us. And then C16870's Perpetual Glaive. Seems like a better weapon than the other one already. Strength bonus cap of 9, has 13 penetration, 1d12 damage. Counts as a long blade though. Grants you Temporal Fugue at level 5. If you already have it, it's increased by 5 levels. Razor edge of matte and starless alloy lengthens from point to welded shaft of steel. It's impossible to tiny images of forgotten seconds of one's life. There's an engraving of the villagers of Ezra being venerated as idols. This one... oh, this is Orlamas, not Ixerbert III. Same as the last one though, we're just gonna skip right past. My mouth is already getting kinda dry. Now, I entirely forget how many more floors there are. I know that they told us how many there are, but I don't remember that good. Actually, it says right there, we're in the Tome of the Rixaram. Here they have the Levant face. Bunch of cold resistance. No particular bonus to attributes other than just 1 to everything. Gives reputation with water barons, Garawites, and swine, but it reduces reputation with the villagers of Ezra, with the mysterious strangers, with the pariahs, and the unshelled reptiles. Jasper rock break on the edges of the mask and hem in a pale sea of milky quartz. The spindle bisects the wide face, and symmetry blooms beneath it. And the rest of it is bird tracery with milky irises and whatever. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of assume this is like the last floor before we get to the under construction part of this place. But let's go look. This is Tome of Ixerbert III, so there's still at least 1 more floor above us. What's in the box? Got the olive face. Get +4 strength, 1 agility, 1 toughness. Get reputation with arachnids, worms, crabs, and water barons, but you lose reputation with roots and swine. Single mount of inlaid basalt and malachite splays open. An image of the spindle blossoms from its center and dominates the festooned aspect. Then yada yada milk. That one's not so great. Although, having a strength bonus would be nice, but lose out on a lot of the bonuses the other mask could give you. Bygone skin. Well, the steeples fire... hold on, let me start that over. While the steeple fires raged below, brave Arconauts sank into the glowing depths to retrieve valuables. When their corpses were found, the sand in their pockets had been blown into glass beads. Sometime after, those beads were strung into a bracelet. There's an engraving of arachnids being treated to a delightful feast. And cold resistance, 400 reputation with arachnids. Folio of the Commanding Blight. Increases the intelligence of anyone who reads it. Then relic soil. Ceremonial bell iron is shaped to a short point. It's painted with beautiful maces. Kind of a terrible weapon, but it gives us +2 strength. Like, what is that, an iron dagger? It does say iron in the description. Right, so let's just go confirm that we've looked at all of them. Then we have to make a choice of who do we want a grave rob from. Probably gonna be Kesselface, which would be Ixerbird the First. Yeah, this is the unfinished tomb. Thinking about it, how much does our face mask give us in strength? Gives us 4 strength, 10 acid resistance. So yeah, that one mask that had plus 4 strength is suddenly not very attractive. But at the same time, if I only have one face slot, so whatever I pick, it's gonna be replacing this. Maybe I leave the decision for later, once I can obliterate those dudes of the temporal feud, because I'm not sure if I can pull it off right about now. Yeah, we'll leave it for later. If there's a later. For all we know, this guy is never coming back here. We'll get the one that has the book that will give us plus 1 string. Hey, there's graffiti here. Here is so constructed that when the Schroner something. Anything in here? A null face. Plus 70 reputation with every faction. The bowed loon is cracked from where it was smashed off the gallium lave. Shedem had no eyes left to color the dim and final faced, and it lay too long discarded in a pool of warm static. The salt in it is broken. There's Herodoticus. Herodoticus. What a fun name. Let's just explore this place. Okay. Oh. Peace to all who can't turn the house of the coiled lamb. Let's just be direct with him. How do I get into Brightshole? Oh, Brightshole, the forever braid of life. The garden behind the high gate. Why, you must rank among the crown echelon of machine and folk, and you, well, you must start to decompose. You must be dead and entombed. Body remains, but the mind wanders. You know what? Yeah, let's. I've done weirder shit to get internet access before. Herodoticus worriedly looks you over. Should you be? Now I don't rank myself amongst the Doyen on the matter of organic life, but my understanding is that the dead do not speak. Besides, you aren't the coiled lamb, are you? You know what, yeah. We can rename ourselves to Reshef. Probably a more dignified name than Pebble. Looks us over. Coiled lamb? Is it truly you? Are you dead? He drops to his knees. Oh, forgive my insolence, Moloch. You are forgiven. Now entomb me. Moloch, allow me to explain the deification procedure as it is clearly beneath your station to know. First, I must image the great Moloch's head. Read yourself's narrative from the folds of the holiest brain, cross-check it against the Finworld's ambient log of his eminence's life's deeds. He whispers. I'm sure your version is the better one, Moloch. Then I stylize the story and I engrave it on the walls. Once I'm finished, the sarcophagus will open and you can lay yourself to rest. Do it then. As you wish. Starting Tycho scan. Commencing cross-check with the Finworld Annals. Cross-check complete. Your narrative is compiled, Moloch. Now to go engrave it. Peace. Peace to all who canter in the House of the Coil. In your house, Moloch. Peace, biographer. And then we just follow him around and see what he writes about us. Earl of Pebble. Intrepid Pebble discovers Amber Ink Amas, once fought lost to the sands of time. Remember the kindness of Pebble, who patiently taught partitioned across 3 displacement chambers to their simple pupil, Shiba Hagadayas. Remember the kindness of Pebble, who patiently taught, and Smaller Creature Rotate, Volume 6, to their simple pupil, Shiba Hagadayas. I think those are last 2 have just been referencing the books we handed over to the librarian at the 6 Days Still. Intrepid Pebble discovers the Yellow Damas, once fought lost at the sands of time. Remember the kindness of Pebble, who patiently taught Corpus Coli to their simple pupil, Shiba Hagadayas. I think I'm seeing a pattern here. Remember the kindness of Pebble, who patiently taught, merely an illusion, question mark, it does smile to their simple pupil. Just gonna start calling Shiba Hagadayas just like Sheeb or something. It's a fun name. While fighting a battle to protect the practice of burying prisms under the earth, Pebble valorously had their lower left hand dismembered. Yeah, I remember that happening. Through the use of their divinely prismatic eyes, Pebble discovered the lost location of Greenheart Cervicish. That was the whole thing, right? Yeah, it was. In sacred ritual, Pebble shared their holy oil with noted luminary warden 1FF, reprogrammed conservator. And also blessed the 16th of Yer Ut, when Pebble dissolved the Sham Alliance with the treacherous fungus Clank by eradicating it from their upper right arm. Inside a temple of water and vine, Pebble taught an old man the value of chrome. By the auspices of the marsh, Pebble invented the weird wire conduit and detected a hidden signal. Lamau archive probably should have been a bit nicer to us, maybe would have been included into permanent history of this land that definitely won't just get taken down by entropy. Pebble penned and sang a canticle for the ironic quillbears who live beneath the earth. Bravery, Pebble plunged into the mouth of an open ice shelf and conversed with a beetle in the sacred tongue. You guys are really glossing over the details. I mean, that is what he said he was going to do. Mural of Pebble in the month of Nivun Ut of 2001 after a chef. Pebble appointed Asphodel the lovely Earl of Almenporch and protector of the Spindle Joss. I don't quite remember that being how that went. In the void of space, Pebble the Mason constructed a coral path out of starbrick and conversed with a mushroom in the sacred tongue. In the month of Tishru Yux of 1001, Pebble penned the influential book A Length of the Sadness. We've been around for more than 1,000 years. Nice. On the 12th of Simon Ut, Pebble died peacefully and was laid to rest in the tomb of the sultans. Or sultans. Well, we're already kinda late on that, it's the 13th already. I'm finished. Praise Pebble Reshef, all who canter in this house. Alright, time to fucking die. Sealing mechanism inside the sarcophagus will certainly kill you if you close yourself inside. Are you sure you want to enter the sarcophagus? Type entomb to confirm. Get me in there. Enter the Imperial sarcophagus. Colossal lid slams shut. Darkness engulfs you. You died, entombed in the burial chamber of Reshef, the last sultan. Kinda like the Matrix, but blue instead of green. The darkness recedes and a new light breaks on the shores of your mind. Let's just enjoy the flickering for a moment as I sip some coffee. Alright, then let's bravely walk up to the gatekeeper, carrying too much to move. Uh-oh. That's no good. No good at all. Need to drop. I don't know. Maybe we just disassemble all these grenades we're not ever gonna use. Wait, how did I have two light rails equipped at the same time? Let's not worry too much about it. Get the weird feeling we're never going to use the night vision goggles again. Definitely not going to use them now that they're a pile of scrap sitting in our inventory. We will eventually use those, just not right now. Okay, finally made enough room in our inventory that we can walk around in the holographic world. Don't ask why we had to worry about our weight capacity while we're technically dead. And also the fact that we left a pool of oil in the digital realm. Rainwater Shomer. Sod, welcome Sod. From in here's shaken the wet and old life, Sod, into a small vessel pouring it. Sod to Din Sash attaching the vessel, Sod crossing now through the height gate and into Brightshoal. Not sure how I'm supposed to pronounce most of that stuff. I'm sure you've noticed. Let's also just be direct with this guy. I've come from the Fick world with a mission to disable the spindle's magnetic field. Can you help do this for me? Clothes shrouding Rainwater Shomer's form are still for many moments. The Shamrim Conan. Why ought we? Let's just tell him we're sad. The Shamrim remain unbelievable. Let's try that again. More questions to ask. Okay, so that one's not gonna work. I don't think being rude to him is gonna get us anywhere. Let's just ask the obvious questions. Am I dead? The body died, but the mind remains. At least that's what I think he's trying to say. Why do you call me Sod? Arto Assad of Old Salom, and now Standen do at the height gate of Brightshoal. Salom, is that another name for good? Yes. What is this place? Could was once called Salom. You note this piece of information in the gossip and lore section of your journal. Standen do at the height gate of Brightshoal. Then here's been wet with old life, sad, shaken thine head and cross into new life. Where is Brightshoal in relation to Cud? Aloft of Gauss a sight twinkling, and there the seraph drimmin, and Brightshoal is the drim. I understood some of those words. Ask if we're dead again. Shomer Rainwater claims that Brightshoal is the dream of a seraph who lives atop the spindle. Dream of a seraph who lives atop the spindle. Okay, maybe we are actually in the Matrix. Anyway, let's ask him to disable the thing again. Something changed atop the spindle. If Brightshoal is indeed connected to the city there, then this change may suggest it's in peril. 1 year ago, someone began broadcasting a signal from atop the spindle. I have a recording of it right here. Still remain still. I ask you, disable the magnetic field so that the spindle can be ascended and the signal investigated. Sod, the Seraph Spricken, Sod, Duaskin, and the Shomrim Ascenten. Sod will do return to Salem or crossing into Brightshoal. Now, I think he's asking us if we want to go back out and continue on with our quest, or if we want to end the game right here. I think we're gonna keep going. The matter of your new body starts to thicken and clot. You're inlaid with ribbons of bone, tissue, nerve, and flesh. You discover Recoming Nuke at Gil. Note the location of Recoming Nuke at Gil in the Locations Oddities section of your journal. I think we're in Lake Hainan. The neoteric body is differently charged. Tying inside you is another of the secret knots that bind the world. You gain an additional floating nearby slot. Here's all our stuff. Pick it up. You have wilted. And finish picking up our stuff. There we go. Now, since we have the 2 floating nearby slots, I can finally actually use all of my hands for just weapons and stuff. But why do we have a broken slender pickaxe? Doesn't matter. Hologram bracelet, Sync navigator, compass bracelet, and wristband. This just helps us with light-based attacks, not really with anything else, other than a little bit of dodge value. Does it close my entire menu when I do that? Kinda weird. Alright, entirely re-equipped. So I can't help but notice we got all our items back despite disassembling a bunch of stuff in Rachel. Not sure if that's good attention to detail or if it's not supposed to work like that. Hold on to this for a little bit. Fill it with oil and then sell it. Alright, here's the recompositor. Vessel of the first sip. We've been interrupted by a frog. He's not hostile to us, he's just kind of wandered in and was like, hey, there's a guy here. Cannot drink from it because you already collected the water. Soft hissing. Just explore this area for a bit. I'm just gonna take a very short bathroom break. We'll be right back. And we're back. Just hit the button. There we go. Right, so where the hell are we? Right over here. Oh, we could go right back to Gritgate. Go tell them all about our great success at dying and coming back. Or we could start doing the harder stuff. Let's see. Got some room in our inventory to go do some more spelunking. And maybe we just go right back to Grit Gate. Get it over and done with. There's Pax Clank. Looks like he survived fighting those sludges when I saw him last. Is that you, Nestling Pebble? Are you returned from the Gaiden Tomb? Come closer, I say. It is I, Bearfrom. I've returned. You appear refreshed. My old eyes spy the swim lines of the waking world, and to you they cede precedent. A newness obtains. What do we tell him? Outside of time, I found myself in a place of light. I chose to return and was made new. I am confident there is a richness of wisdom in the poetry of that statement. One day I will be eager to discover it. For now, what of the spindle? Found Bright Shoal where it lies beyond a tomb. I spoke to the Shomer there and arranged for the disablement of the spindle's magnets. You're ever a courier of bright tidings, Pebble. I am fond of this fact. Categories and types are decohering in these historic times. Nonetheless, the ritual nourishes us. You are raised to Mavn? Mnevne. Whatever that is. The one who understands. I do not understand what the word is for the one who understands. How ironic. Take this too, a shoot of morphing gel from my personal collection. You've arrayed yourself in the artifacts of time, and so we have little left to give you, but still, this may be useful. Now, matters have evolved in your absence. Do you choose now to learn more? Yeah, sure. High on the mount above Amanporch, the Pietis Templar watches through their war lenses and prepare an attack. The Nephilim, too, stir from their cradles on the moonstair and slump with infernal purpose. The short of this is, due to a dearth of prep time and inadequate armament, Pax Clank no longer believes in the viability of Q-Girl's clamor design. We must take Clank at its word, however. Or here. This disheartens us, but there is another hope. Clank has offered up a new design, something unconventional at all angles, and despite our early misgivings, Q-Girl and I now work in assistance to the project. Continue listening. A new creature struggles to be born, Pebble, and you will help birth it. Then it will carry us, you and I, to the top of the spindle. Pax Clank will mold the creature from raw bioelectrical materials. You must gather these entrails, the body as a model, the catalyst to charge the sanguine fluid, the atmos as deistic direction, the armament for protection, and the Hamza for personality. You will bond with the creature too and act as its pilot, so you must speak an incantation to inscribe the connection. You'll also need to procure the sanguine fluid itself, and 2, a power source shielded from electromagnetic attacks. Now let's get started then. Yes, Pebble, begin the gathering, and the molding will follow. The materials you choose will influence the being we create, but any such being will be suitable for ascent. This is our last task before we make our historic climb, Pebble. Be safe and well in doing it. If you have more questions, return here. Clank and I will be available. Clank puff on you later. Now, Clank pauses Puff for Prickle's favor. Wonder what Prickles taste like. Didn't you die? Clank distribute. Cannot kill Clank in a way that matters. Oh, okay, so he did die. Well, technically he died. It died, not he. Whatever. Living Crickgate now? Clank live. Tragedy of Jalopy invite Clank to dim candle space. Clank softens stone floors with plushes, dust shelves of boring jars with happy and spores. Prickles look at it. Alright. Pretty sure I remember what I have to do. Need to procure the sanguine fluid, bring 20 drams of primordial soup to Pax Clank. That should be relatively easy. Choose a body, provide a follower level 30 or higher. That one might take a bit. Choose a catalyst, provide 3 drams of a pure liquid. Choose an Atmos, provide the limb of a creature. Choose an armament, provide 1 Zetachrome weapon. Choose an incantation, provide an entry from your chronology. Choose a Hamza, provide an item that weighs 5 pounds or less. Acquire an Ascension power source. Provide 3 drams of neutron flux or find another power source. So, get the feeling we might never be able to complete this quest. And if we do, it's going to take a while. Hit points, willpower, immune to becoming stuck. Melee attacks cause enemies to get stuck. Heat resistance, 60% heat damage dealt. Immune to slipping. Increase heat damage. Heal for 10% of damage dealt versus organic creatures. Generation at level 5. Confusion at level 10. Quickness, confusion, immune to slipping, 500 skill points. What do I want to shape my golem like? Maybe a big crab that uses some kind of hammer or cudgel weapon. So what would work best with that? More hit points is arguably always good. What if I just take regeneration instead? Because then I also can make the melee attacks makes enemies stuck. Hit points sounds more useful. Don't have anything for that. Or that. Incantation. 6 attribute points. 15 quickness when unpaired. 100 move speed. 3 random body parts. 10% chance to score critical hits. It's 15 quickness when you're paired. So one of these is a quickness bonus when you're paired, another one is when you're unpaired. Or move speed, 10 ego, a whole bunch more move speed. Increased chance for crits. Spawn with 4 random pieces of gigantic mid to high tier armor. Might need to go and get that gigantic exoskeleton back if we do manage to make this thing. So we'll finally have a use for it. Reveal secret locations. Maybe we decide on this one sometime later. But the 3 random body parts seems like it could be really strong. As for a Hamza, easing at level 10. 20% reduction to the action cost of melee actions, or provides 25% reduction to the action cost of missile actions, except for throws. 25 hit points or 75% cold damage dealt. And 75% to the intensity of cooling effects or light manipulation at level 10. Teleportation, skill points, regeneration at level 10. Plus 1000% carry capacity. Plus 2 to all stats. Yeah, maybe we do that one. But let me quickly look at the rest of them. Plus 6 armor value. You can also give it a cybernetic implant. So many options for this thing. Electrical generation at level 10. Okay, so that's quite a bit of things we have to collect. I think a good starting point would be getting ourselves a companion, getting it up to level 30. What's our reputation like? With the Mechanimist in particular. 206. So if I can boost the reputation with 100, I can get proselytized, and then I can start working on getting myself a companion. Maybe we run off to a Larchpad. Instead of teleporting there, we'll use our funny boots. Ooh, and let's not forget the metamorphic polygel. A lot of roasted boar nearby. I don't think I have to worry about getting money for the next little bit, so no real point to attack those guys. Alright, we've arrived at Alarkapad. Large monkey. Instantly destroyed large monkey. Filigree catapult. Starch, lignin, and a cycle gland paste. We've learned to make Pebbles brisk dumpling and fought filled with lignin dip. Or fought fillet, not filled. Note the location of a Snapjaw fort. We've pieced together the location of Namas. It's a ruin with a becoming note. It's a bird. It's Caw, the minstrel. Loved by birds, hated by the Gersh. We can drink to that. The birds like us now. Some gossip that may interest you. These seem like very important pieces of information, however. Immune to confusing attacks, and your activated mental mutations cool down twice as quickly. These ones are way more useful when you're playing Druid. Unless if they also change that. A lot of life saps in here. Do not like dealing with those. Well, we technically have the life to spare, but just rather not have to spare any of it, really. Who was that? Bloodgradium vacuum turret. Null ray turret. I think I read a nuclear cell was there. Have a look. There was. And also another biodynamic cell. 3 antimatter cells. Got electricity for days now. Probably look at that statue before I break it by accident. Battle of Azabur, Orlemas fought to liberate the villagers of Ezra. She wielded a perpetual sword. Game known as Perpetual Cohort. Yeah, I think we already read that one. Okay, these mirror bugs are a problem. Nearly killed myself with that. Temporal fugue, go. Determine the location of Shiazapur. Set of chiral rings. If I remember correctly, we need 3 slots to use that. Which means that you can only use it as Trukin. But let's test that. Equip auto. try that again. Need another free-floating nearby slot to equip that. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I was right. We can disassemble it, but why is it not telling us anything about it? And whatever. Look at this tough guy. Implanted Kamastov Signabert, Knight Commander of the Holy Temple. Loved by the Templar, disliked by the villagers of Quinip, hated by the villagers of Sagawan, and disliked by the Isakari tribe. He's got multiple weird artifacts on him. And the Isakari tribe is now indifferent. What did we get? Electromagnetic sensor. Optical bioscanner. Fungicide grenade Mark III. Ultra elastic ankle tendons. Not terribly much of worth. We didn't level up or get any points. No, we didn't. Keep exploring. Discovered Timururox, Umed's Arf. Very empty floor. Ooh. The salt-spangled hood of Alarcapid. Or Alarcapad. 5 resistance to all of that stuff, plus 4 willpower and plus 4 quickness. Yeah, I think we're gonna trade out the old helmet. No longer have temporal fugue, but now we have a whole bunch more willpower. And some quickness. Just pick this up. Teleport us away, huh, wise guy? That won't save you. Loved by the cult, disliked by fish, hated by the villagers of Kakish, and disliked by the Svardim. And there's this guy. Engraved nanoweave vest. Something about Reshef. Engraved flawless crystal mace. Something about Orelmasp. Battle of Aspor, Orelmasp fought to liberate the villagers of Ezra, blah blah blah, perpetual cohort. Already knew that. Looks like we're done with this place. Didn't happen to pick up anything off the ground that would count as an artifact, would we? All I see is my mid cap. No special injectors. No fancy weapons, no silly guns. Oh, we're done here. Right, now off to the other ruin over there. Well, actually, let's stop by Id Freehold. I'll get tired of that guy spewing acid all over the place someday. Probably not today, though. Inventory list is getting very long. And while we wait, how about we draw with some crayons? Drew a pretty picture. Another pretty picture. Morphogenetic. Probably can't learn that until tier 3, but I'm gonna buy it anyway. I'm still not gonna use those gloves. We could grab our quantum mote and get a little bonus to every type of save we have to do. Also gives us a little bit more armor. But then I'd probably have to switch out my glow sphere with having the handheld glow sphere. Rather have the extra weapons, honestly. This one we might just go and sell to someone, really. Weird artifacts. Compass bracelet, which for some reason we don't have identified. Space inverter, gravity grenade. Legendary Glover. Alright, just gonna have a little schmonk of the hookah. Oh, hey, that gave us an achievement. Anyways, we're gonna end the stream here for now. Seems like a good breaking off point. So, Pebble is not dead yet. He will be soon, don't worry. Although technically he's already been dead before. Anyways, next stream is gonna be on Thursday. And I'm thinking we're just gonna play some more CUD. Since we're doing pretty good so far, and I want to see if we can either beat the game or what's in the game. I'm not sure if the main quest line is done yet. Like, entirely done, I mean. But I want to see if we can't reach it. Anyway, come back Thursday around noon Atlantic time, and we'll see what we can do. Until then, see ya.